Hi, good morning. Well, good afternoon. Just had lunch. So I wanted to share something with you and then tell you about something that I'm going to do over the next 2 weeks. So first of all, I had a bit of an insight this morning. And when we say insights, what we're really talking about, particularly in terms of the three principles, it's when you realize something or you have a realization that makes a difference to you. And so I had one of those this morning. I'm going to share that with you in a second. And sometimes they're not rocket science. Well, they're never rocket science. They're not huge, big, oh, wow, I didn't realize that, because I kind of probably knew this on some level. But when it's an insight, it's kind of like it touches or hits a nerve somewhere that I think is permanent, if that makes sense for me. That seems to be how it works for me anyway. So I've probably mentioned already a couple of times on these recent lives that daughter's gone to high school, second and a bit week now, and there's a lot for her to contend with, to think about, different lessons every day, different teachers, different workbooks, different homeworks for different days. Yeah, it's absolutely manic. And how people that have got like 2 and 3 children all at school at the same time, I salute you, because I don't know how you do it. But anyway, you just obviously get on with it and do it. So she came home yesterday from PE, and so this morning we realised that, well, no, last night we got her PE bag ready because she does sports most days. So we got her PE bag ready again for today and realised that she didn't have her PE socks. Fine, not a massive big problem. And she'd loaned them to somebody who didn't have theirs, so that's fine. Then this morning, or when I went to get her uniform out, which all ends up completely creasing the bottom of the bag, so I get that out at night. I've told her I'm going to really mother her at the moment till she gets used to it. So I'm sorting everything out. So trying to be organised, got her shirt out of the bag last night to see if it needed cleaning or if she'd be okay for a second day. It wasn't there. Oh, where's your shirt? Oh no, I must have left it, Mum. So she'd left a shirt. Okay, still not the end of the world. Then we had a few tears because she realised she'd lost her planner or left her planner somewhere. So she didn't know what homework she had, and it had a timetable in. Luckily, she'd had the foresight to take a picture of her timetable, so it wasn't too drastic. So that was the shirt lost, the socks lost, the planner lost. We're in week 2. And then this morning we get up, just about to leave. She's all dressed. I'm like, where's your shoes? Oh, I don't know where my shoes are. Like, did you bring them back from school when you had PE? Oh, I don't think so, Mum, no. So that made it was the bag, the shoes, not the bag, the shoes, the shirt, the planner and the socks. So I was pretty wound up by this point because I'm really trying to help and assist her be organised, and she wasn't particularly meeting me halfway yesterday, but she wasn't meeting me halfway because she's shattered and she's still getting used to everything. So what I realised in the car, that what I do is, what I first noticed is that she kept saying to me, and even though this is me talking about my daughter, this is the same for adults as well. She kept saying to me, I love you, Mum. I'm really sorry, Mum. I love you, Mum. And she was saying it loads. And I know that she's feeling guilty if she says that to me, because I know that she loves me, but she doesn't need to tell me every 3 minutes. So I knew. But what I realised, I didn't realise till I dropped her off, was on the way back, because what I realised is I just keep quiet and say, it's fine, it's okay. But in my head, it's not, because I'm overthinking. For God's sake, I've just bought all this stuff. I'm going to have to go and buy it again. Them shoes cost 50 quid. Not happy about buying another pair. Why can't she just all of this stuff? And my anxious thinking was spiralling. So I felt in a mood. And I don't often talk about consciousness that much on here, because I tend to talk about thought more so. Because unless you kind of train or understand more about the 3 principles, it seems to be the bit that people struggle to understand. But really, I'm talking about my mood. So all of that thinking was then creating a really frustrated, irritated mood. I was in a mood. Now, I was trying to pretend I was okay and I wasn't in a mood, but I was just internalising everything, and I was peeved off, and clearly she could sense that. And so then I was thinking on the way back, it's almost like subconsciously I feel like that's my punishment to her, is that I'm just quiet and I'm not happy, but I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. But then I realised by doing that, I am making a big deal out of it. And what she really needed from me this morning in the car, which I gave her before she got out, but I could have given it her a lot sooner, was just some love and compassion and understanding for the fact that she was really tired. She was probably a bit anxious herself because she wasn't sure if her shoes were going to be there when she got back to school. She wasn't sure if she was going to find a planner, all of that stuff. So actually, she needed my love and compassion and understanding. And the fact that I was in a mood was not going to make any difference whatsoever to whether she was going to find any of that stuff. And I kind of knew on one level that she would find it. Sorry, it's not the door. Go around the back. It's my brother with his dog. So I knew on some level that she'd find it. I was just annoyed because in my thoughts were all along the lines that she isn't going to find it. And I thought that was interesting as well, because I hadn't considered she'll just walk into school, she'll just find it there and then, and it'll be dead easy and straightforward. All my thinking was on the negative. All my thinking was, if she doesn't find it, what if this, what it will cost me, all of that. And not once did I consider that that experience could be different, that she could just walk into school and find them. I was focused on the negative. And again, I found that really interesting, because what was ultimately happening is, by me thinking I'm punishing her in a way, I wasn't consciously thinking I want to punish her, because she's not done it intentionally. But my mood is almost like, seems to her like a punishment, because I can tell that she's then trying to make it up to me. But really, the only person was she punishing her and making her feel bad. But also, I'm then feeling it's me punishing myself, because through those thoughts, I'm completely destroying my mood unnecessarily. And then within 2 minutes, she rang me and said, Mum, I found my shoes, I've got them, and I've got my plan, and my friend picked it up by mistake. All is well. We're a shirt down. We've got the socks a friend has got, so we're a shirt down. It is not the end of the world. I can live with that. And so instantly, it was kind of like, oh, I don't need to worry about that now. I can stop overthinking it. But I noticed that my mood was still there, because once I've created all that thought and I'm just feeling a bit like fed up and a bit, it's kind of sometimes quite difficult to just shift that instantly like that. It takes a bit of time to catch up. So that was really the insight that I realised, that, you know, sometimes by thinking that you're, I don't know, teaching someone a lesson or ignoring them because you're just contemplating how annoyed you are, and you get so lost in thought that you're affecting your consciousness, you're affecting your mood, that's going to make a big difference to you. When actually it's not going to affect the outcome, and it's the absolute opposite of what she needed from me in that moment. She needed me to be compassionate and loving and be positive and assume that we're going to find them. And if we wouldn't have found them, then we'll deal with that as and when it comes. But in that moment, I didn't know whether she'd find them or not, but I was very much thinking down the lines of what if she doesn't? And I think I can do that quite a bit with certain things, especially first thing in the morning when I've just woken up. So, and then the funny thing happened was I then got a little bit further down the line, she rang again and I was driving. So I pulled over, I'd missed a call, and then she'd sent a text. So I read the text, which said, oh, hi, Fee, which said, I'm really sorry, Mum, but I've left my PE kit in the car and I need it for hockey training tonight. And if that had happened without me having that insight just a few minutes before, I would have been like, are you effing serious? Like, are you winding me up on purpose? Yeah, I would have been, but I just laughed because I thought, oh, well, you know, I've got two choices. I can either take it to her 4 o'clock and hang around for an hour, or she can just miss it. I'm going to take it to her. I'm not doing anything at 4 o'clock. It's fine. And I'm not going to get het up about it, because it is what it is. So yeah, so I just thought I'd share that. And also, I think what I'm going to do for the next 2 weeks, what I am going to do, is I'm going to share an insight a day on here. But I would really like it if other people would join me in this kind of challenge for 2 weeks of sharing insights or noticing insights. So every day I will just share a little story or a little insight that I've had through thought, mind or consciousness, whatever it's about, and I'll share it every day. And I'd love for people to just put in the comments whether, you know, what little insights they've had or type of day that they've had. I would absolutely love for you to share and join with me. So if you watch this video and you're up for that challenge for the next 2 weeks, then just pop yes in the comments. Let me know somehow in the comments that you're up for joining me, and we'll do it on a daily basis and we'll see how we get on. Okie dokie. See you soon. Bye.